Hi, today we're going to be doing a postural assessment, a static postural assessment on one of my colleagues. I'll be running you through what we're looking for, why we're doing it, and some of the observations we'll be making, and we'll go from there. So, welcome. Thank you for coming in for your assessment today. First thing I'm going to get you to do for me is just relax. So just take a couple of deep breaths in, and then I would like you just to relax your body for me. I don't want you tensing up, flexing, anything like that. Now, the first thing we're going to do, there's going to be three views we're going to be looking at. We're going to be looking at them from the front, going to be looking at them from the side, and we're going to be looking at them from the back. The key things we're looking for is for symmetry. Okay, we're trying to see and compare left versus right, and we're going to be making sure that we take notes of what we do see so that we can then determine what's tight and what's weak. Okay? So the first thing we're having a look at, if I can get you to look straight at me please, thank you. Just having a look to see if one ear is more prominent than the other. Okay, looking to see if the eyes are level. We're then working down to see whether there's any overactivation of any of the muscles in the neck. Moving down from there, we're having a look at the upper trapezius, okay, and the scalenes, and the levator scap to see whether or not there's more left than right. Okay. Now moving down, we then have a look at the shoulders, okay, to have a look at the clavicles to see whether one's more prominent than the other or one's in a different position to the other. Okay. Moving down, having a look at our cranial processes, making sure that they're level. We don't have one shoulder elevated above the other. They look reasonably good. Are you left-handed or right-handed, James?
Right-handed.
Right-handed. Moving down, the next thing we're having a look for here is to see whether or not he's leaning to one side or the other. So we're having a look at the gaps between the arms and the sides here. Okay, we then move down and we have a look at his pelvis. Okay, so the first thing we want to have a look at here is having a look to make sure to see whether they're the same height or not. Okay, again they look quite good. Okay, we then just want to have a look at the muscle bulk. The interesting thing that you'll see here is you probably see a slight difference between left and right here in James. That's because he's recently had a knee injury that he's recovering from. Had to have 6 weeks off weight bearing. We then move down to have a look to see which way the patellas are facing. Are they coming in or are they coming out? Okay, to see whether or not they're going to be tracked correctly. Moving down, we then have a look at calf bulk to see whether one side's bigger than the other. Again, we're going to see a slight difference here in James. Moving down to the feet and the ankles, we get to have a look to see where they're positioned. Is there some internal or external rotation? Looking at pronation to see whether he's collapsing through his arches or not. What you can see here is that the right side is slightly rotated, more so than the left. And you can see a slight collapsing here in the arch, so a slight pronation on the right foot as well. The next view we want to have a look at is the side view. And just again relaxing for me, James. Here we're just trying to see whether or not when we get a plumb line down the body, making sure everything's lining up. Okay, so looking just through here, coming down through the shoulder, coming down through the hips, through the knee, and into the lateral malleoli. Okay, so looking there, looking quite good. Looking again at the head. Okay, we're then moving down to have a look at the shoulders, seeing whether or not they're rolled forward or not. We can note what's happening there because then we'll be able to see if there's any change when it comes to the scapula. Moving down, and that looks quite good. We'll get him to then just rotate for us, please, James, so we can have a look at your back. Thank you. So now from the back, We're starting at the head. We're looking to note anything we saw on the front side. Are we seeing the same on the back? Again, we're having a look to see are our ears level? Is one more prominent than the other? Okay. No, both look quite good. Next thing we're having a look at is left versus right here in our upper traps and lettuce to see whether or not one side's bigger than the other. Okay, again here the muscle bulk looks fairly similar, and we start to have a look at the shoulders. Okay, seeing whether or not they're level. Okay, whether one side's notably higher than the other. Again, they look rather similar. Okay. Next thing we want to have a look at is our scapula. Okay, we want to see whether or not there's any winging. We want to have a look at the medial border and see whether or not it's the same distance between this border and the spine compared to the other side. Okay. We also want to have a look at the inferior angle to see whether or not it's tilting up or rotating. That can be a sign. If we saw a rounded shoulder in the front, what we could think is the pec minus type there, and we would then expect to see an elevation or a winging of the scapula. Again, we're moving down. We're having a look at the gap between our left and our right. Okay, we're having a look at the muscle bulk between our left and our right again. It's interesting to note, we saw it from the front as well, that there is a bigger gap on this side than there is on the right side. And the muscle bulk looks slightly larger here on the left than it does on the right. Next thing we're looking at is the hips. Okay, and the pelvis, we're having a look to see whether or not there's any elevation or any dropping in the hips. Again, that looks good. We then would have a look at the muscle bulk of the hamstrings to see whether or not they're engaging or what they look like. We're then coming down, having a look at muscle bulk again, left and right, and then we can have a look at what's going on at the ankles. And again, what we've seen from the front is the same from the back. One thing I didn't mention from a lateral view is looking at the lumbar lordosis and the anterior pelvic tilt or the posterior pelvic tilt, and that's something that you want to have a look at from a lateral view as well, which is where it's going to be most